Exactly, water, the nectar of the gods.
No, the nectar of the gods is a Red Bull.
Isn't that
Well,
the nectar of Red Bulls?
No, it's the nectar of the gods.
Well, then, what is the nectar of the demigods?
Brisk iced tea.
Why wouldn't it be Brisk? You freaking thinking coffee.
All right, you ready, Torrin?
Yeah.
All right, welcome everybody. This is the second episode of Virtual Campfire Tangents. I am Caleb, and I'm going to be your host for this episode due to the beautiful workings of democracy. Today we are going to be talking about UFOs, as I have chosen. UFOs and the general study of aliens. Ooh, this sounds like it's going to be a good one. Everyone's super excited. Woohoo!
Extremely excited.
We are coming to you from the dying breath of quarantine land that is Alex.
Yeah, woo.
Hopefully he won't get any of you listeners sick.
Do that.
So I hope you enjoy our episode.
I did get a test, but it was negative, so we're all right.
All right, that's good.
So he's not gonna die,
and he's not gonna kill any of you. So you can all be assured.
Exactly.
All
Just
right.
keep your 6 feet.
I have a few questions prepared today for our little episode adventure, and I might riff a couple depending on how far these get us. Time will tell, as they say.
They do
that is
say
a famous
that.
quote said by the smart Confucius. Confucius said that quote probably. I don't know.
At some point.
I have to ask you, Caleb. After our fantabulous, that's a word, episode last time, did we get that sweet Bernie sponsorship?
Oh, I forgot about the Bernie sponsorship. He still never has gotten back to us. It's really disappointing. I don't think he supports our message.
We gotta keep sending him thousands of emails daily then.
Right.
I mean, as long as we keep supporting him, I think eventually he'll support us.
I'll make a bot to send him an email.
Amazon, don't you dare try to sponsor us. Don't you do it. It's not gonna happen. We won't accept it.
All right. So getting into the episode, as I said, we're going to be talking about UFOs and aliens today. Now, I've prepared a couple questions, and I might riff a couple just depending on how long these ones get us. And I also have a little game, too. It should be quite fun.
I like games.
Is this reward points to who's going to be the host of the next episode?
That is a good idea. I didn't think about that, but that is what we're going to do. Spur of the moment choice. Whoever wins this game will be the host of the next episode.
All right, time to lose.
What?
All right, but we'll get into the game later. We're going to do a few of these questions, and then we'll do the game whenever I think we should do the game.
Whenever you feel like.
Whenever I feel like it. I don't know. I don't feel like it. All right. So
I don't want to do the game anymore, guys.
The first question on the floor is probably the most burning of them all. Do you guys believe in aliens?
Absolutely.
I have to say yes, but not in the way that most people think of aliens.
Explain.
Elaborate.
Because there is no possible way, with the amount of Earth-like planets that have been discovered and everything there is no possible way that there is no sign of somehow some kind of cellular life. I'm not saying advanced. That could be a thing, though.
Yeah, that's what I think is like. There's probably not like advanced civilizations where like they've gotten to technology. But there's definitely
no way that there is not some type of cellular life somewhere.
There's definitely a race of space amoebas.
There has to be. See, and that boggles it down to. Have you guys heard of the type civilization theory,
Yeah.
Yes.
We're like a
where it's
1.8
like
or
type
a
1
0.8 or
civilization,
something?
like type 2 civilizations, and 3 and 4 type civilizations, where like 3 and 4 like take over their home solar system and galaxy and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that there would be anywhere near type 3 and 4, but I can believe one, maybe even like 1 to like 1.45, maybe 2, somewhere. We just haven't found it yet. But the thing about that is, if there was someone like that, be able to transmit signals like that, we would have picked them up by now. Unless
Well,
they're not far enough advanced and they're far enough away that their technology won't let their radio signals get as far.
Yeah,
well,
like, cause...
there's that.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say, there is that theory, but also people kind of always think like, oh, just because there's aliens, they must, like, why haven't they contacted us yet? And it's kind of like the same argument that Stephen Hawking had with time travel, where he threw that party for time travelers to see if anyone would come, and then no one showed up. And it's like, and that might have just been a joke because no, I don't think that was ever proven as a true story, but it might have. But either way, the point is
I don't
kind
know.
of
Like, why would they
uh,
reveal themselves?
yeah, because like, well, and also, why do we think we're interesting enough? Like, that's kind of the argument where
That's true. Like, what if,
what ma- like
like,
what makes humans think that we're so interesting that an alien, like, what do we really do? Like, we're only on one and like a half planets, because I'll just say because we were to the moon a few times. But, like, we've only been on one planet and then sent robots to another planet, and all we do at home is like yell at each other on an imaginary wavelength called like the internet, and we drop bombs on each other every once in a while. So like, to any other civilization, I don't think we're interesting enough
we'd be like ants
to
to them,
yeah.
I know.
Well, and
like ants aren't us?
yeah, and Douglas Adams kind of brought that up in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy just in a satirical way, because it's like Earth was so unimportant to the events of the galaxy that literally the whole series begins with Earth being destroyed to create a off ramp of a highway, I think it is. And it's like, that's really how it would be, where
Yeah.
we're just like so
Yeah, like
unadvanced
if
that they wouldn't even care
alien
about us.
civilization, if an alien civilization were to come and visit us, they would probably be there just for resources.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they had to, they would strip the planet for its resources and then leave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and they
if they're
wouldn't care
advanced
about us.
enough, if they found us, they'd probably find other civilizations. And
Yeah, like other interesting civilizations. So if anything, we'd be put in some type of zoo, not like asked
And by
questions.
that point, they'd probably be powerful enough to take over the galaxy by then.
Yeah.
And that would be like a Type 4 or 5.
they
You
might
know?
also like look at us and go, "They're too violent. Why would we go to involve ourselves in that? Let's just let them
That's
be."
true. They could be like they're screwing themselves over by destroying their own planet by and then trying to reverse it themselves, but they might know it's inevitable that it might not work in the end and doesn't even bother trying to deal with it.
Well, and that's actually something that I just looked up because I thought that I might have the chance to bring it up, and that's called the Fermi paradox, which is kind of
Yeah,
like another argument.
I knew there was a name for it. I didn't know what it was
Yeah,
called.
and it's like kind of like the argument of why we haven't detected any aliens yet. And it's like, because if we're if we're in this situation, if the variables are uh it's a carbon based life form and their intelligence is at least somewhat similar to humans, they're going to be inherently evil, and then they have to be taught to be good. But obviously their evil side will come out more often, and eventually it's most likely that they're going to end up destroying themselves before they can meet anyone else.
Just like we
Or
might.
there's another theory involved with not seeing aliens, right? Have you guys heard of the Great Filter theory?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
where
I think
like
I
there's
have.
always some extinction event that wipes it out before it can eventually
That
be on our
stop
solar system.
civilizations from getting too far. And that's why like seeing basic life form on planets would be bad, because then we know that the filter is probably ahead of us, right? I think
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how that works. And if we see like ancient like ruined civilizations, that would be horrible.
Yeah, so like,
because we know that there's something that stopped them.
isn't it like either we are the only ones that passed it,
We're the only ones that have crossed the filter, and seeing
or we're about to
seeing
hit it?
nothing is a good thing. Or if we see stuff, then it means that we haven't crossed the filter.
Yeah. Another theory is that like the universe might also still be like super young in like
Yeah.
its thing.
Yeah.
So like life is just now coming around and we're just part of the first stage.
Well, and that would make the most sense because we have seen life on other planets, and we know that it's very likely that other planets exist because there's many other planets that are, quote unquote Earth-like because they're in that Goldilocks zone of their sun.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, so because if there's water, it's like, it's like the quote, if there's a will, there's a way. And it's like, if there's water, there's going to be life because it's not hard for life to develop in water. It's just hard for advanced life to develop from water.
Yeah, like
Because
Yeah.
we just don't have the
Hard to
technology
evolve.
to like go over there and scoop out some water and like see what's in it.
Yeah, because like even that one moon of like Saturn,
How do
I
we
think it
know
is
that?
Saturn or
How do we know
Jupiter.
that Europa moon,
Yeah,
the moon
that's it.
Europa on Jupiter doesn't have life on it?
Yeah, that's one I was thinking of because that one I think they say is like entirely ocean and it's just
It,
iced
it
over.
it's completely made of water, but there's some miles of ice over top of it. So how do we know that there isn't life down there? Because theoretically they could survive because it's still it's still a body. It still has like gravity and everything. It still has some type of core. So there's some type of geothermal energy because there's water there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's possible for life to be at the geological vents at the bottom of that ocean.
Eating some formation soup.
And that kind of leads me into my next question. Why do you think we're so like why do you think humans uh want there to be aliens? Because when you think about it, all the most like I would say 98% of the aliens we create from our minds in like science fiction movies and films and books, they're all like most of them are violent. So like why would we want there to be aliens? You think?
I guess
Because we
almost
don't want to feel
the
alone, I
feeling of
guess.
not being alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soren, is that what you just said?
Yeah, it's exactly
I
what I
think you
just
said it
said.
at the same time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's honestly the feeling of that space isn't dead and empty, and that we aren't alone in this cold, dark abyss of nothing.
Yeah.
They just want to like it's like religion. They want to comfort themselves and go like if there's life out there, like so much stuff can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we have this island in the middle of this deep like this infinite sea and there's no other islands and I think people want there to be other islands because if there's no other islands then what's the point? Because that was kind of the problem that like especially like Polynesian societies ran into was before there was advanced boating they were if they got say shipwrecked on an island they were stuck there like they couldn't get out and their culture developed around that and it also made it a lot harder once colonists would start coming over to those islands because I mean these people wouldn't have seen people for thousands of years.
That makes me think of that one island filled with the people that if boats get too close to them, they kill them.
Oh
Have you
yeah,
Oh
heard
yeah,
of
I know
that?
what you're talking about.
Isn't that the one like off the coast of somewhere off the coast of India?
Yeah,
Yeah,
some island off the coast of somewhere, and there's these people that live there that if anybody else, any tourists or any different other non-natives try to get there, they try to kill them. Like if your boat gets too close, they'll shoot you with arrows that they made themselves.
yeah, I heard about that. I actually just looked it up. It's called the Sentinelese people. And it says the Sentinelese are an uncontacted tribe living on the North Sentinel Island, one of the Andaman Islands in the Indian Ocean. They vigorously reject all contact with outsiders, survival international lobbies, protests, and uses public pressure to ensure their wish to remain uncontacted is respected. Yeah, that's the one that we were talking about. And I mean that's interesting because it really shows like human nature because we are I think
Human
we
nature, yeah.
Yeah, because that's pure human nature right there. Because that's unaffected by anything. Like if you would show
That's
them a
like that's
smart,
a pure survivalist instinct.
yeah, like if you would show them a smartphone, their brain would explode. Like they would have no idea
Oh my
what that
god!
is.
Imagine. No, you know what? Imagine them reading a newspaper.
Yeah, even a newspaper. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's crazy. Like even looking at what's something primitive? Even looking at a wheel, like a wheel would probably just amaze them,
Well,
and they
yeah,
think
because
it's like
they probably
from the
just
yeah,
haul
because
things
there's
around, 4 people lifting 2 sticks that on like a platform, of sticks with like longer sticks on each side of them, like as a carrier, almost like a what's it called, a gurney,
yeah,
where like 4 men will pick like a bunch of like a platform like with a bunch of coconuts or something on it, and they'll carry it to the tribe. Like they don't know what like a wagon is, or like a wheelbarrow or something.
Yeah, you could probably
Probably
like
have no idea. They probably don't even know that like iron and stuff exists.
yeah.
you could probably like amaze them and like they think you're like a god or something if like you go and use like a pulley to
Exactly.
lift a
If they
massive
did let you
boulder.
on the island, if you came onto the island just with you in a backpack with survival stuff, they would think you're some type of god.
And I mean
Imagine a backpack to them.
that's why they throw stuff at helicopters because they probably think like, oh, geez, the gods are coming for us and they're coming to
Why would
destroy
they
us.
throw
Yeah,
things like
they
they're
probably
gods?
throw stuff at helicopters and
Well,
planes.
because
They're like,
not all
what is
not all
that?
gods are all good,
Yeah,
especially
fair.
flying ones with spinning wings. I mean, that would be terrifying if you didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
You
and
had
it's
no
probably
idea what a
loud, so
helicopter was, and,
they probably think
and
it's
some
like a
helicopter just like flew over your island, and you had no idea what it was. Like Foreign said, it'd be loud, and it would be this pod flying through the air.
Yeah.
They would be terrified.
Well, and I mean, think about it, because it's like whenever we're outside and you hear, and you're like, "Holy crap, what is going on?" And you look up and you see the helicopter, and you're like, "Oh, okay, it's a helicopter." But for them, they would hear,
The
they'd never
experiences
get that
of torture.
realization.
and be like, "What is that?" And they would look up and they would be like, "Oh my god, like what is that up there?" So like we have that wherever we cross the threshold, like we kind of hit the top of the parabola and we see, "Oh, okay, it's a helicopter," and then we calm down. But for them, it would be it's just going like that line of fear is just going straight up because they have no
And then
idea
like
what it
if the
is.
helicopter flies low enough, it'll move all the trees, and the wind will be all crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I had a helicopter once that flew so low over my house it shook the windows. So
No, I
if it flew low enough, they would be scared out of their minds.
yeah. Like I'm right
They
below. I'm right. I'm
would call the whole tribe to prepare for war.
Yeah.
like I'm right beside an Air Force base, so it's like whenever they're doing training, it's just like they're flying overhead and it's crazy. And that would be terrifying
Like
if you didn't know what it was.
those really huge cargo jets that sometimes will fly over, like, and they'll
Mhm.
do circles,
Yeah.
like huge 4 jet-engined mammoths. Imagine one of those going over that island. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
something like, okay, do you guys know what the SR-71 Blackbird is?
Not by name, no.
It's the fastest jet made by man that was used as a spy. Like, okay, it was
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh
I looked
yeah.
up a photo.
spy
Yeah, I know.
made
I know what this is.
way back. It was made in Area 51 because you
Looks like
don't know. Area 51 is not an alien thing.
that's
It's
what
not.
they want you to think.
No, I did my research paper on this. Okay, it's
Uh,
a military base
yeah, I
that
know.
made stealth aircraft for the
Yeah,
army.
that SR-71 kind of looks like Wonder Woman's invisible jet.
Does I think that's what
That's
they
probably
modeled
what
it
it's
off
based off, yeah.
Yeah, probably. That reminds me of a story. I think it was from the movie Doctor Strangelove, where Stanley Kubrick, who directed that, was known for being such like he was notorious for being such a difficult director to work with because he's such a perfectionist. And the inside of the Air Force plane, like the inside of the military plane that drops the bomb at the end of the movie, was so accurate. And this is just an anecdote. Again, I'm not sure if this was true or not, but it's just funny nonetheless. The inside of that plane from the movie was so like close to what the actual planes in the Air Force look like that the set designers in that movie were like questioned by the Air Force of how they knew what it looked like because the schematics weren't public and everyone thinks it's just really everyone automatically jumps to the conclusion that the people were so terrified of Stanley Kubrick saying that they did a bad job at designing the plane that they somehow found the schematics from the Air Force and modeled the plane after that for the movie.
They did some deep web digging.
Yeah, like, and I just think that is hilarious because like
So,
that was
is
back
that
in like the '60s or something.
yeah?
It was the set designers for Doctor Strangelove, which was one of Kubrick's first movies. He also did like The Shining in 2001: A Space Odyssey, but that was
I
one of his first ones.
never seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, but I want to watch it so bad.
I have it on DVD.
I've never had the chance to watch it.
It's for me, it's one of my favorite movies now, but the first time I watched it, I couldn't finish it because it bored me. So like I don't like saying with movies that you need to watch it. Like that's one of my least favorite things to do with movies, which is to say you need to watch it multiple times for you to like it, but I really think that one is one that you need to watch like at least 3 times to really appreciate it because there's so many like little I wouldn't say little things, but kind of like overtones of the plot that you don't really get until like the third time watching it.
Where
And that's
yeah,
kind of the
like you
beautiful
don't
thing
notice
about that
everything
movie.
the first view. You have to
Yeah, because it's like it took me I think 4 times in that movie to I think really appreciate what the point of the movie was about. And I mean, that's one that like I don't know, it's really good, but it did take me like 2 or 3 times to really enjoy it. Yeah, I have that on DVD, so you can borrow that at some point if you wanted to.
So as I was saying, that SR-71 Blackbird was like a spy plane built for the Air Force, right? If the altitude that it flew and the speed that it was going, it had enough technology in it and enough camera technology and enough lenses to zoom in and see what color the laces were on your shoes.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
yeah.
If it wanted, yeah, I know it is. It could, in the altitude, I have no idea what altitude it ran at. I'm gonna look that up now. But it had enough camera technology in it and enough, and this was like, oof, I don't even remember when it was made. Um, it had enough technology in it to, like, look to be able to zoom in and see the laces on your shoes.
Oh, that reminds me. There's I think it was in like Italy somewhere where they took like a 360 like 240 gigapixel picture and you can like zoom in like miles and still have it look
This
like
plane flew at 85,000 feet.
Wow.
85,000 and still be able to see your
I
shoelaces.
I
Wow.
don't like that.
I don't
And flew a top speed of 2,193 miles per hour, aka Mach 3.
wow.
That's scary. I mean, that is I don't like that.
And
That's
it was
freaky.
able to see.
The amount of pictures it had to take per second to get when it's going
Oh my
that
god,
fast.
insane! I'm gonna look see like how powerful the
It
camera.
probably had to be like hundreds of pictures per second just to get like a
Yeah.
clear view of everything.
I would say hundreds of pictures per millisecond even. Like that to get that clear of a photo would
So
be crazy.
imagine if that plane going as fast as was flew low enough for that island to see it,
Oh,
you kind of both pass
that'd be
out.
so
and die.
weird.
You know,
Yeah.
it could take 1,000 square miles of Earth's surface per hour. Film image 72 miles wide, and it's just the 24-inch focal length lens.
Wow.
Wow.
See, and that's one of those technologies that it's like
It's
if
just
we were a more
mind-boggling.
if yeah, like if we were a more trustworthy species, that'd be like the coolest invention. But like
Do you realize when?
we know they're not just going to use that for Google Maps. Like they're going to use that for everything.
Do you realize when this was built?
When
1970.
oh my god.
Oh,
This plane was manufactured, designed, and built in 1970.
I
Oh
wonder how
jeez.
big of a photo we can make now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, there's probably some limitation that like light cameras can do. Like the normal like shuttered cameras can zoom in and stuff. But I wonder how big we could get it now with our current technology.
All right. with
So that's some
with that
scary SR-71 facts for you.
with that audio cue, I think it's time to go on to our next question to lighten the mood. After now, we're all scared to go outside of our houses.
Are they
All
looking in your
right.
window? You don't even
I know.
know.
I'm in a completely sealed off room and I'm still scared now. I think we should lighten the mood here.
They're looking between the cracks in your wall.
All right, so on to the next question. We all know in common legend of alien mythology, alienology, I don't know what it's called. We all know how people love telling the stories of how they were abducted. Now, there seems to be common trends among these abductees on what happened to them when they were abducted. Now, I think you might know what they are. There's, they got abducted and they were drugged, or they got abducted and, they had to mate with the aliens to make, a crazy alien baby thing.
Oh,
But
God.
there seems to be an overlying trend of uh, strange proportions. So my question is, why do you think aliens are so fascinated with anally probing people?
I knew that one was coming. I honestly think it's a way for them to tell how the inside of the human body works.
Well, why do you think they go through the butt?
Probably because they look at us and go, "Hey, that's a pretty big hole. Let's use that one."
Because it's easier to go through the butt when you're sedated than go through the throat.
It is true. You think there's like an alien who, like, let's imagine this for a second. So there's a really advanced alien society, like let's say like Republic levels from like Star Wars, and they're like, let's go on a scouting mission. And this guy's like in the back of the room. He's like, "Hey, I heard that there was a planet called Earth," and they're like, "Oh, Earth, that sounds interesting. Let's go to that one." And so they send like this one guy to the planet, and they're like, "Okay, man, just like get some evidence on these people here. We hear that they do some weird stuff, so just run some tests on them." And this guy's just like really weird. He's into all this weird stuff, and they just want to get him out of the office because he's like the weirdest dude. So he gets there, and he's like, "I'm here. I might as well stick something up their butts and call it science."
They might just be like trying to look how we digest things and like what we eat and stuff.
That's what I
Oh,
said, like how a human body like works from that side of the, because maybe they think that how our bodies work is like extremely inefficient.
I don't know.
Just think about it this way: what if to them their body complex was completely different? They investigated our bodies and was like, "You're doing a lot more work than you have to."
What if they don't even eat food? Like, what if they just photosynthesize?
Exactly.
Yeah, they're like, "Didn't you know you could just sit out in the sun and that's how you make your food, you stupid apes?"
Ultimate vegan.
Well, think about it this way: we are told that we can get vitamin D from the sun, right?
Yeah.
We can go out, and being outside is a good thing,
Yeah.
That's like extremely basic levels of photosynthesis because we can still get an essential vitamin from the sun.
True. All right. Well, that was just a quick question. I think we exhausted that of all of its comedy capabilities. On to the next question. So it's become a frequent trend nowadays where all the rich people are like, "Let's go to space. We want to go and see what's up." And Elon
Going to
Musk,
space. You see that plane that can go to space?
yeah,
That
I
can
did
carry
hear about that.
passengers?
And Elon Musk seems to be the main trailblazer of this. And he wants to go to Mars because, according to him, Mars is cool. Now,
Mars is
if
pretty
you.
cool.
All right, I
Mars
have to do
is.
this, but that's all. I'll be back in a couple seconds.
Okay.
Do 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 do.
Do, 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 do.
Got some nice elevator music. You've been promoted to elevator music. Look at you go.
Woo! I'll play the keyboard on the space elevator in Mars.
Yeah.
I'll sit there in the corner with a keyboard and
You'll have the #1 album of Mars.
Elevator Music Volume 1. Sounds of the Red Planets.
Anyway.
Oh, there he is. Woo!
He's back.
Yay!
Look who decided to show up.
Anyway.
Where did we leave off? I don't remember.
That's a good point.
Weren't you asking another question?
Yeah.
Was I starting the next question?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it was about Elon Musk. That's right. All right. So, if you had the opportunity to go to Mars, would you go if you knew that you wouldn't be able to get a job there because all the aliens already have all the jobs?
So are we talking like there's already a civilization set up
There's at least 20 7-Elevens and 3.5 sheets.
Half the sheet. How does that work?
It's in construction, under construction.
Oh.
I
would say half a sheets would be like a quick fill.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, but how cool would it to say, "Hey, I'm gonna send you a postcard from Mars."
From Mars.
A Mars card.
You never said that you couldn't. Just because you're not working on Mars doesn't mean you still won't have a good time.
Yeah. I mean, but you would have to live there. So, like, what are you gonna do? Start a podcast? What are you, some kind of freak?
You could call it the
I guess.
Marscast.
I don't know.
Yeah, Marscast.
Marscast. Well, if all three of us get a chance to go to space, I know what we're gonna do. Marscast.
Mars Fire Tangents.
A special Mars episode of Virtual Campfire Tangents. Cosmic Campfire Tangents.
Whoa.
All right. I think it's about
a comet.
I think it's, huh?
Wouldn't that just be a comet?
Yes. I think it's about game time.
It's
Ooh,
game
time.
Woo! All right. This game is called Buzz Looking Alien. This game is called Buzz Looking Alien.
Oh no.
Now,
this is
there
concerning.
See why you wanted to use the YouTube thing.
there will be 11 questions in this game, all concerning aliens in some respects.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
I'll go over the rules real quick so everyone understands. All right. Whoever gets the question right is given 1 point. Getting the bonus, some questions have bonuses, not all of them do, however. Getting the bonus correct is worth 2 points, but only the person who has the right answer can attempt the bonus. The final question is worth 2 points, and the bonus is open to both people and is worth 3.
Oh.
And finally, if you know the answer before all the choices are given, you can get 2 points except for 1 if you get it right, but you will lose 1 point if you get it incorrect. This is the only time if you lose a point for a wrong answer. So if you're really confident, you can answer before I'm done, and if you're correct, you get 2 points.
Interesting.
So are we gonna have an opportunity for both of us to answer the question? It's not like a buzz in thing.
Yeah, I ask you the question, and then you'll both answer it, and then whoever gets it right will answer the next one. And then I'll add a rule in here. If you both get it right, then I'll ask you the bonus, and whoever gets
okay.
yeah,
bonus.
We'll get
See,
all the points. So it's like
bonus?
take all. But that's we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
It's gonna be a
Horrible
fun
at
game.
important. Congratulations on being podcast episode host.
Buzz, look, an alien. All right. First question. When was the first UFO sighted in America? A, the 1600s. B, the 1800s. C, the 1900s. Or D, the 1400s? Alex?
I'm gonna go 1600.
1600s? All right, Torrin.
And the reason why is because I think I know why.
My guess would be 1600s because that's when they really start actually being there and reporting things. But I kind of want to go 1800s too. I think I'm gonna go 1800s.
1800s? Okay.
1800s.
Torin,
Resistance is futile.
you were incorrect. That's the sound that will play when you're incorrect.
All right.
Alex, you were correct.
The reason why, okay, and I don't think this is the reason, but
All right, that's
it's because
oh my god, stop playing. There we go.
inventors tried to make flying machines. That's when they started making blimps. But I got this from another podcast. Shout out to the Dollop. Great podcast. I got this from them, and these geniuses patented an invention called the flying machine, and it was a blimp with wings
Ooh,
that people would have to manually crank to get it to fly, and
That's
it could hold
absurd.
like 3 people. But it was huge, and it had like a spotlight at the front of it. It's really interesting. But I think it was made. They tried to make that in the 1600s, and I think that's because they would fly. They would only fly it at night for whatever reason. So I think that's where the people got the idea of that flying machine being the first UFO.
Cool. All right, there is a bonus for this question. Now, I said that it was in the 1600s, but if you can guess what year in the 1600s, you will get 2 bonus points. Should have gotten the Jeopardy sound. I forgot to do that.
1600.
What?
I'm gonna guess 1683.
1683.
Resistance is futile.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is 1639.
No.
A man with the last name of Winthrop wrote that earlier in the year, James Everall, quote, a sober, discreet man, unquote, and 2 others had been rowing a boat in the muddy river, which followed through the swampland and emptied into a tidal basin in the Charles River, when they saw a great light in the night sky. Quote, when it stood still, it flamed up and was about 3 yards square. The governor reported, quote, when it ran, it was contracted into the figure of a swine.
It's probably
That
just
is
like a
what-
break in the clouds.
Most likely. All right. And just to let you know, those are the 2 sounds I'll play when you're either correct or incorrect. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. So this is the incorrect one,
Resistance is futile.
and this is the correct one. So that's what you'll hear for either or. Okay. Next question. This is a callback too, so this is fun for all ages.
Oh no.
What show's first episode has one of the main characters getting anally probed by aliens? And this is not multiple choice, so you just have to guess it.
Oh god.
Say that again.
Okay. What show's first episode has one of the main characters anally probed by aliens? And this is not multiple choice.
Can I ask questions?
Yes, you can ask one question.
We did an animated show.
Yes.
Okay, I have questions too.
You get
Futurama.
one question.
What?
You get one question.
Yeah, my question is, what's the name of the show?
Well, that's not it. I can't tell you that.
Oh man,
Futurama.
I had to try.
All right, what's your guess, Alex?
Futurama.
Okay,
That's
and
what I was
Torn.
thinking, but I feel like I'm gonna look like I copied you if I say that now. Yeah, whatever.
We'll
Futurama.
both be right.
Futurama as well.
Resistance is futile.
Well,
you were both incorrect. The correct answer was South Park.
Of
What?
course, it would be South Park.
of course, yeah, of course it's South
The
Park.
pilot episode's name is Cartman Gets an Anal Probe.
Why'd they
Freaking
start it
South
on
Park.
that? What?
Because it's South
What?
Park. All right. Question number 3. What movie is this song from? Less of a song and more of an audio clip, I would say, but it's musical. So.
I have no idea.
I have no clue either. But I heard like armor, so I'm thinking it's It sounds like an almost medieval movie, but we're talking about aliens, so.
You know,
Alex got a good one here.
this is
What?
this has nothing to do with aliens.
Yeah, it does. This movie has aliens in it.
This is
Is it
used, so
just
it
like
could
a
be
back
anything.
character? A background character?
Nope, this is from a movie with aliens in it.
Huh. Do we at least get options, or does
Monty
that?
Python and the Holy Hand Grenade.
I can give you one hint if you would like a hint. I'll give you one hint per question, but you can only use that twice. I'll say you get 2 hints. All right.
You're making
This
rules in your own rule.
this was a movie directed by Steven Spielberg, and it was about aliens. And it was in the movie, a man was thought that he got contacted by aliens, and this was at the climax of the film. Whenever this audio clip is played. That's like really all I can give you without giving away the name of the movie.
Yeah, I have no clue.
All right, Alex. All right. The answer is
Hold on. For the sake of comedy purposes, I'm going to stick with my answer.
okay. So you think it's Monty Python?
And the Holy Hand Grenade, yeah.
Resistance is futile.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Wow.
I have never seen that movie.
You've never seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Wow.
I haven't seen that either.
Disappointing. Okay.
No wonder Remedy.
Yeah.
I really thought one of you would have seen that. Oh, okay now. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Get better questions.
Question number 4. Yeah. Well, these can't all be easy, or else this would be a harder game to win. Anyway. All right. So question number 4: in what television series does the main character have a poster in his office that reads "I want to believe"? A. Twilight Zone. B. Star Trek: The Original Series. C. Game of Thrones. Or D. The X-Files.
I'm not going to say Star Trek because that movie is based on space travel and aliens.
I think X-Files.
That's what I was
Okay.
going to say. But
But
I'm gonna be stupid, and I'm gonna say what were the options? I don't remember. I want to make sure this is what.
The options were A. Twilight Zone, B. Star Trek, C. Game of Thrones, and D. X-Files.
I'm gonna be stupid, and I'm gonna go with the Twilight Zone.
Okay. Torin,
let's go.
Wow.
you were correct. It is the X-Files. The main character does have a poster that reads "I want to believe" in his office.
Isn't that sound from X-Files?
Yeah, it's from X-Files. All right.
I hope you're keeping track of the points because I'm definitely not.
Oh, I am. Yeah, don't worry. While you were away, I got a pen so I could do that.
You're smart.
Yeah. All right. Question number 5. What is the first reference to little green men as being aliens? A. Maea's Little Green Men. B. Star Wars. C. Encyclopedia of Science Fiction. D. X-Files. Or E. None of the above.
I feel like it's a trick
I'm gonna go with the
question.
encyclopedia.
Okay. And Torin, what do you think?
You know what? I'm gonna go with Little Green Men because, yeah.
Torin?
I think the idea of little green.
You were correct.
I knew it was
Woo!
trying to be a trick question.
Yeah, you didn't like the none of the above. That didn't fool you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just threw that in there for variety. All right,
Why
there
I
is a
didn't think it was the little green men. The idea of the little green men had to come from somewhere else, right?
Yeah, I mean, Encyclopedia of Science. I'm gonna explain to you how I got that choice, because when I read the article that said that this Maea's Little Green Men was the first reference to Little Green Men, the Encyclopedia of Science Fiction references that story as being the version. So that's where I got Encyclopedia of Science Fiction from. But
Then-
chronologically,
I would fight that I would be right.
no.
It wasn't the first. It was A.
Yeah, because it was just because Encyclopedia was just referencing it. So the Little Green Men was the actual like first reference to it, like the first time that they used the term.
I'll
Little Green
take this
Men.
argument to my grave if I have to.
Well, you lost. So Torin, the bonus for this question is what magazine was that story in?
What
The
magazine?
New York Times. That was a newspaper.
Alex, you cannot answer a bonus question if you did not get it right.
I'm gonna go with the Tribune Democrat.
It's a newspaper.
Exactly.
Resistance is futile.
That's the point.
You are incorrect, Torin. The correct answer is Weird Tales.
What kind of magazine was that?
It was an old sci-fi magazine from
Yeah,
old
bullcrap.
times, back when the world was in black and white.
Before people could see
Alright.
color.
Yeah, before we could see color.
We
Alright,
hadn't
question
developed that yet.
Yeah. Question number 6. How far away is Omicron Persei 8 in the Futurama series in light years? A. 5,000 light years. B. 500 million light years. C. 438 light years. D. -5 light years. Or E. 1,000 light years.
Whatever the million answer was.
Okay, and Torin?
I'm gonna go with I think it was 436.
438.
438. I'm gonna go with that one.
Resistance is futile.
You were both incorrect. The correct
Ah.
answer was 1,000 light years away. All right. What arcade game is this sound from that involves aliens?
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
Oh, I know it. Oh,
I've heard that before. What?
I know the sound, and I know what the game looks like. Can't think of the name.
Yeah.
And remember, I can give you guys a hint. Alex, you have one more hint, and Torin, you have 2 more hints. But only one of you can get a hint per question.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Was it an Atari game?
I believe it was an Atari game.
ET Phone Home.
Resistance is futile.
That is incorrect. Torin?
What's it called?
I can play the sound again if you want.
Yeah, please.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
My brain is telling me space base, but I feel like that's wrong.
Resistance is
Yeah.
futile.
The correct answer is Berserk.
Oh,
All right.
I'm sad now.
the whole day's been ruined because of this one question.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 8. How many people in the United States claim to have been abducted by aliens? A. About 4 million. B. 200,000. C. 36 million. Or D. About 15,000.
What was B?
B was 200,000.
I'm gonna go with that one.
Okay. And Torin?
I feel like there's been a lot of people that claimed, especially because of the internet, a bunch of people. So I'm gonna go about 2 million.
It was about 4 million.
About
Is that the
4
one you
million.
mean?
Yeah, that one.
Torin,
Let's go.
you are correct.
I knew it definitely wasn't
Unfortunately,
15,000.
terrible trivia.
Yeah, with the about 4 million, because I threw about in there, that's why I also put in about 15,000, so you wouldn't think that it was like that one, because it's more specific.
Yeah.
Just that little tidbit there. All right, number 9. We have 2 more after this one. All right. What musician claimed he saw a UFO in New York City? A. Bob Marley. B. Paul McCartney. C. Drake. D. Steve Perry. Or E. John Lennon.
I'm gonna go with Paul McCartney.
All right. Torn.
I'm gonna go with Lennon.
Lennon.
Yes.
Torn, you are correct.
Let's go.
And the bonus question is, what year did he see it in?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Um.
Bum, 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 bum. Ba-na-na-na-na,
I'm gonna go with
bum, 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 bum.
1971.
Resistance is futile.
Is that me?
You are incorrect. The correct answer was 1974.
I was,
Oh, years
I
off.
was
So
close.
close.
I was close.
I got really scared when you said 70. I was like, oh my god, I think you're cheating at this game. Because, like, I didn't even say it was in the 70s. So, like, you had, like, at
Yeah,
least 20
'cause,
different
I
options you
mean,
could have
he only
chosen.
lived to like what, 42 or something?
Yeah, he died when he was in 1980, I think it was, either 80 or 81. So,
Yeah.
that only gives you, like,
And I knew
yeah, 40 years.
yeah, so I knew it probably was like not in the first 20 or so, so I decided to go in the middle.
I witnessed it when I was 3.
That is clever deductive reasoning, I do have to say.
So that
All
was
right.
my reasoning behind that.
Yes.
It almost
Question
worked.
number 10. What are the fourth dimensional beings in Slaughterhouse 5 called? A, and I might pronounce some of these wrong, so I'm going to try my best.
Come on, speak
A.
four-dimensional.
Yeah, I'll try. A, Tralfamadorians. B, Bogons. C, Wookiees. D, the Ones. Or E, Klingon.
What was the second one again?
The second one was Vogons.
That sounds right. I'm gonna go with that one.
I'm gonna go with A.
Alex, you
Final.
are correct. All right, and the bonus for that question is, what was the woman's occupation who the aliens brought to Billy? And what I mean by that is, what was her job on Earth before she got abducted?
I don't know. I'm gonna guess. Secretary.
That is
Resistance.
Ah.
incorrect. The correct answer is she was a porn star.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, they're basically the same thing.
I mean,
If you squint a little.
Oh, that's a
I
good
don't think
one.
that's right. I don't think that's true. I don't think there's a correlation between porn star and secretary.
You must not be in the right offices, Alex.
That's not it, but I will say that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, it probably is. All right, and this is the last question. So if you get the answer correct on this, you get 2 points, and if you get the bonus right, you get 3 points. So if you both get the question incorrect, you can still both try the bonus.
Okay.
So that's the catch with this one, is it's just worth more points.
All
All right. What year is the movie Alien set in? A, 2047, B, 3041, C, 2122, or D, 1654?
When did the movie come out?
Came out in the 70s, I believe. 70s or 80s.
2027 or 47, whichever one that was.
Okay. And Torin?
I'm gonna go 21-22.
All right. Torin.
Let's go. I knew it was 21
correct.
something, and then you said that.
You better pick a good topic, I swear to God.
The secret all along, folks listening at home, is I told Torin all of these questions beforehand.
And I still
he would
missed
get
half
them
of
all.
them.
So he would get them right. The bonus question is, what is the ship in Aliens called?
It had a name?
Yes.
Well, he's not gonna get the bonus then.
Well, you can both guess at this. It's both of you.
Oh, well, I didn't know it had a name.
You know what? It was definitely called the Voyager.
Okay,
God.
and Alex?
Dang it, I was gonna say that.
There's definitely no other ships with that name.
The exploitative communist Bernie Sanders money.
Socialism.
All right.
Come on.
Resistance is futile.
You are both incorrect. The correct answer is the
That was
USS...
frightening.
The correct answer is the USS Sulaco. Sulaco.
Yeah, I never would have guessed
Okay.
That was the end of the game. Torin, you came out with 6 points, and Alex, you came out with 2 points. So that means by the rules of democracy, Torin, you will be the host for the next episode.
Whoa.
So I think we've been running pretty long. I think as winter approaches and our phones get chillier, I think it's time to call this episode quits. So, do either
What
of
does
you
that
have
have to
any
do with anything?
close,
That
do
doesn't
any
make
of you
sense.
do either of you two have any closing statements?
85,000 feet is really high to know what shoelaces look like.
That is a good point.
Yes, that is very true.
All right,
I
Torin.
want to say that was my favorite moment of the podcast, telling you the fact of the SR-71 and see you guys just kind of break down.
our mental faculties just getting
Like, I
destroyed.
can't even see that far, and it did with like high detail. Like,
Yeah. It could.
don't-
I didn't
mean,
tell
I
you this part, but it could go as far as knowing what brand they were.
Oh, I don't like that.
where it saw the tiny swish on like the sock of the shoe.
And again, that's 85,000 feet at Mach 3.
That is 85,000 feet at Mach 3. We are. Please get into your cabin and buckle your seatbelts, people. We are on a flight to Hawaii.
How many people manned it? Wasn't it like 4? I think.
Yeah, 4 or 5. I wanna. You know what? I'm gonna blow your mind again.
Oh boy. I don't think I'm ready for this.
Did they release any pictures? Because I want to see that.
Of course not.
Oh man.
I'm gonna blow your. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna Google here. Oh my god. This is gonna blow your mind, alright? To fly around the world once. 2.5 hours.
I don't like that either.
I don't. Huh.
Yeah.
And in 1970.
1970, and it took them 2.5 hours to go around the world once.
Oh, that's another thing.
Flying at 85,000 feet, and being able to take a picture of your shoes and know what brand they were. 1970.
Another thing is a fun fact is that airlines have mutually agreed to stay slow so they make more money.
Mhm.
Like they can fly faster, and there was planes that like you could fly from Europe into like New
That
York
record
in
of
like an
2.5 hours. That record of 2.5 hours was made in 1972, 2 years after the plane was developed.
Wowzers.
That's a fun factoid for you.
I don't know if it's more fun or terrifying.
It's like
I think
taking
it's
your brain
both.
out of your head and giving a good scratch.
That's
That's what I would call that experience.
that's a true brain scratcher if you ask me. Well, that's gonna haunt all of our nightmares tonight. I think it's about time
yeah.
for our sponsorship corner. First, Bernie Sanders. Come on, Bernie, where are you at?
We're waiting.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders.
We said we would put you. We all said we would vote for you next election because we all believe that your ideas of socialism are soundly correct. So come on, where's our money, man? We want our money.
We're giving you votes out here. Come on.
Come on, 3 free votes. All you need to do is give us money to get 3 votes.
Like, what is money
mean-
anyway? Like, what is it even?
Caleb, you just said 3 free votes. You said, come on, Bernie, 3 free votes, and all you gotta do is give us money.
We don't know if he knows how to do math, so. Oh, whoops! Crap! I didn't mean that, Bernie. You know how to do math. Sorry. All right,
It was
and
so late to the point that we would be willing to accept an Amazon sponsorship. Come on, guys.
I don't want an Amazon sponsorship.
I know you don't.
Oh my god.
We'll get free Prime.
All right.
You go to the website and use the login code Virtual Campfire Tangents. You'll get a free Amazon Prime delivery on your first order.
That is code Virtual Campfire Tangents.
That totally
get your
exists.
free
That's
offer.
definitely a real thing. Trust.
Yeah, go do it. It
Trust.
works, obviously. All right, so I think we're wrapping this one up. How would you guys rate our sophomore episode out from 0 to 11?
I'd give it a solid 9.3.
-4.
Oh,
No, 0 to 11.
Yeah.
Huh?
And honestly, though,
Yeah.
9.5.
9.5.
yeah.
I'd give it a 7. Yeah.
Is that
Maybe
because you're
7.5.
Better
such a bad
questions.
host?
Nah, yeah, I think it's just that bias of being more critical of my work. I think it came out good though. It's good. A good episode. So Torin, you will be the host for the next episode, and for the viewers back at home, hopefully this will be out within the next 2 days, and our next episode should be recorded
That
in.
doesn't make sense because they would
They'll only see it when we upload it.
see it when we upload it and be like, it'll be out in the next 2 days, and I'm already listening to it.
All right, viewers
That
from home,
doesn't
this will be uploaded 2 days from when we record it, hopefully. But it will be uploaded the same day that you would first see it by the laws of conservational physics. So,
That's just
And
common knowledge.
and hopefully our next episode will begin recording in 2 weeks from now because we're hoping to set this on an every other week schedule. And Torin will be the host next time.
I
So,
will make a
Good topic. I
beautiful
swear to God, I'm gonna just
conversation.
jump out the window.
closing statements on my part. My blood contract with Spotify that I talked so colloquially about last episode is coming to a conclusion. The wounds are starting to scar up, so I think we're almost good. I think it will be coming out soon. And for all viewers at home who would like to follow our Instagram where we post our information, our username is Virtual Campfire Tangents. Who would have guessed? Because that is the title of our podcast.
Maybe this
So
time
far-
link will actually be in the description.
Hopefully, links will be in the description this time. We'll consult our link in the description consultant, and
You.
Part of our 30
he'll do his best. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. I've been your host, Caleb, and next time our host will be Torin. I hope you all enjoyed your time here. This has been our second episode. Thank you for watching.
Harder than I thought we would get, so it's a record, boys.
Yeah, new record.
Yeah. A good
All right.
episode.
See y'all next time.
See ya. Well, that definitely was a fun episode, and being my hosting debut, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. From our discussions about Red Bull to anal probing and everything in between, I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode, and I hope you're looking forward to the next episode that Torin will be hosting. So we'll see what he's cooking up. Hopefully it's pretty tasty, maybe with a hint of curry, some paprika sprinkled in there. I don't know. We'll see. So I want to just thank you guys all for listening to this podcast because we've definitely had a lot of fun working on it, and I hope we can keep doing this for a while. So thank you all for listening, and have a good day.